Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. This is my guide for returning players for RuneScape 3. Something I have been noticing very frequently lately is people returning to the game either from a long quit of X amount of years, or people switching over from old school RuneScape, believe it or not, to RuneScape 3. I've seen a huge amount of comments about this in my comment section, and a bunch of Reddit posts on the official RuneScape Reddit. And what all of these comments and posts have in common is that they have no idea what they are doing and they're completely clueless on what to do in game. And this is why this is my RuneScape 3 returning players guide. So when you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Now, the first thing you should be doing if you're a returning player is getting updated with all of the changes to the game since you've been gone. The easiest way to do this is by going to the link I'll leave in the description below, being the RuneScape Wiki Game Updates page. This wiki page is actually a chronological list of all updates until now. Now you can click on any update you wish and you will be redirected to a separate page containing all the information you need to know about that particular update you are interested in. This is the best way as a returning player to get updated with all the new updates in game. And spoiler alert, there are a huge amount of new updates. But just if you wanted to know, the most important updates depending on whatever year you're from are probably Menethos, player-owned farms, Solak, Master Skill Capes, the Hall of Memories update, the mining and smithing rework, and some extra quests. The invention skill that was released in 2 different batches is also a very big one, and of course a bunch of quality of life updates in between. The next thing you want to consider doing is setting goals for your RuneScape 3 account. Now I recently actually made a video covering the top 10 account goals if you are not a max player yet, or even if you've just maxed and came back. If you're interested in that, go check it out, but I'll be covering some examples of good goals in this video as well. Now why would you want to set goals? Well, setting goals is a good way to stay motivated, especially if you've just quit the game, as it will give you something to work towards to put hours in this game, as long as you enjoy it of course. So don't give yourself some ridiculous goal you'll never achieve because you won't like doing or working towards that goal. A good way to find a goal you'll probably enjoy yourself is thinking of something in particular you enjoy doing. Is it PVM? Is it skilling? Well, let's say it's skilling. Let's say you enjoy fishing. Why not go for 99 fishing if you do not have it already? If you're a max player that's returning and you already have 99 fishing, maybe go for 120 fishing. You can make some profit. You can get a nice master cape as an example. Let's say you enjoy PVM. You don't like Gold Rush Dungeon 1, you don't like Virago, but you do enjoy the new boss called Vindicta in Gold Rush Dungeon 2. How about grinding that boss out to get the pet while making some nice money on the side? Just an example again. But what if you don't enjoy your current account? Maybe you want to make a skill account because you don't like combat. Well, go ahead and do that and start working on training your skill account, getting skilling 99s on that account. But maybe you want something completely different from your normal account. Well, then you could try out Iron Man mode. You can basically think of Iron Man mode as a single player RuneScape mode. You have to craft everything yourself, you have to cook your own food, you have to fish it, you have to create your own gear, and you basically have to collect everything yourself and you cannot trade with other players. That's just an example. Maybe you want to do that. Maybe you want to max an Iron Man account. Again, that's an example goal. The next tip or thing you should be doing is familiarizing yourself with the interface and the combat system, aka evolution of combat. This is especially relevant to you if you've not played since 2012 or if you're coming from old school RuneScape, aka 07scape. Now if you don't know anything about action bars, I have a action bars guide on my channel which you can follow. It is an AFK action bars guide, but it will show you a general example of setting up your abilities in game. Now with abilities you have 3 different types. You have a standard ability, a threshold ability, and an ultimate ability. Threshold abilities are abilities that require 50% of your adrenaline, and a ultimate ability requires 100% adrenaline. The standard abilities are the abilities that generate your adrenaline for your thresholds or ultimate abilities. Now, apart from the action bars, the interface might actually also be very confusing to you. But once you get the hang of it, trust me, it's actually pretty easy. Most of the things are pretty self-explanatory and changing them can easily be done in the game settings. If I were you, I'd just go into the game settings and play around. You can do this by pressing escape, settings, game settings, and just go and look at all the options you have. You can do a lot of things in RuneScape 3 to customize your interface. In my opinion, this is also one of the better features of RuneScape 3, as freedom in customizability of your interface is just very pleasant. Now, there's two settings in the settings menu you should at least know about. It's the settings menu with your combat experience, where you can change what type of combat experience you gain with, let's say, melee, being either defense, strength, or attack, or just strength and defense, or just defense, or just strength. Whatever you want, you can do it at that section in the game settings. You can find this section under Combat XP, which is under Combat in the game settings. The next would be the Combat Mode settings. There are three combat modes. There's Full Manual, Revolution, and Legacy Combat Mode. Full Manual is the combat mode you will be using if you do not want to auto-use abilities, and you'll be using hotkeys to activate your abilities or clicking them in this combat mode. Revolution is the opposite. You can actually use this to AFK use abilities, and I recommend you do this if you're a newer player or you're coming from old school and you have no idea how to use abilities properly in the Full Manual mode. This mode will also reduce the button mashing aspect of RuneScape 3. And of course, a Legacy Combat Mode, which is essentially just the old combat system before EOC, so it should be very similar to you guys coming from old school to RuneScape 3, or very old players returning watching this video. And if you want, you can even turn your interface to the Legacy Interface mode, giving you that old 2010 feel. Once you've set your goals and familiarized yourself with the interface, you can start making some money. Think of RuneScape 3 GP as a source of fuel for anything and everything. If you want to skill and get faster experience, usually you're going to have to pay more GP. If you want to get into PVMing, you're going to require a gear set, a good weapon, good armor, a good amulet. You know, you're going to need potions and food, and those all cost RuneScape GP. So it's time you started making some money. Now in RuneScape 3, there are so many ways to make money. As said, you can make money with PVM and with skilling. And for most money making methods, you don't even need GP to start making money at all. You just require a certain stat. I have a few videos covering combat and skilling money making methods, which I'll leave in the description below, but just some quick examples would be cutting elder logs with 90 plus woodcutting, making urns with 59 plus crafting, because decorated urns will always be in demand. Another way of making money in RuneScape is widely known and pretty cliche to say, but do Slayer. Slayer not only gives you combat and Slayer experience, but it makes you money depending on which tasks. Some tasks are really bad, like really bad, but most tasks will be decent or good money at the higher levels of Slayer. And apart from that, money and experience, you also gain charms, which you'll need to train summoning. Unless, of course, you're 200 mil, 120 or 99 summoning and you do not care for charms, getting charms through Slayer is really easy, and it's just very efficient to get experience, money and charms at the same time. At least I think so. And if I were you, I'd set a goal, just like setting goals before, to get a certain amount of RuneScape GP. Whether it be 10 mil if you're completely cleaned and you just came back with an empty bank, or 100 mil, or even a billion, or just working your way to a party hat, or something really crazy like that. Just set yourself a goal to make money, and every time you make money, usually with that money you can make even more money. But keep in mind, getting money can be a tough grind depending on what type of player you are, unless you really enjoy PVM, because PVM is probably one of the best ways to make money. Skilling can make a lots of money as well, but generally speaking, the way to make money in RuneScape 3 is through PVM, whether that would be bossing or through Slayer. The next point I'd suggest doing if you're a returning player is making friends and joining a clan. Now you may be thinking, what a strange suggestion. Well, actually it's very logical. Making friends or joining a clan will make RuneScape much more fun unless you're the solo type of player, as group skilling and group PVM can be very enjoyable. Making friends as a returning player can also get you more up to date with the game, as players in a clan will be discussing updates, new methods to gain experience, or the best methods to gain money, socializing. You have a clan citadel where you can AFK for some experience at. You probably have clan events. To be honest, a clan event at a minigame during a spotlight can actually benefit your account pretty greatly, as you're going to be getting some good experience rewards, bonus experience, or maybe even skinning outfit that you might need, and you're going to want that if you're going for max on your account or something else if you want to gain experience. Now, the way I personally would suggest you find a clan in-game is by either looking at a clan Vex you like, which is a big clan. You preferably want a big clan because there's going to be more players in there and they'll be more welcoming to new players than smaller, kind of niche clans. Another easy way to find a good clan is going to the Runescape forums, going to community, then to clans, and look at the top clans and look at what requirements they have and what they have to offer. And then what you want to do is go in-game, go to your guesting clan settings and go and guest that clan to ask for an invite or see if you find the clan interesting. And other than that, as a returning player, I only would suggest you watch a bunch of YouTube or Twitch content to see what this game has to offer, what you can do, or to learn things. If I could make a suggestion, my channel does have a bunch of useful content for newer or lower level players or returning players. Honestly, I'll just add all the videos I made myself that I would personally watch if I came back from a long quit as well to the video description. And on that note, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed and found it helpful. If you need more help or questions or whatsoever, feel free to join my Discord. There's an invite link in the description below. If you want to ask anything advice-wise, or you want to find friends to play with in-game or go to bosses with, that's the place to be. So once more, if you enjoyed or found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.